Crisis is based on a couple of premises. One is, what are the necessary conditions for capitalist economic development or capitalist expansion, or what Marxists call capital accumulation, right? If you hear the word accumulation, you know you're talking about a Marxist, right? So, what are the necessary conditions? There's two necessary conditions for capitalist expansion. One is what's called the capacity to produce. And what that means is that there has to be conditions which encourage capitalists to invest their money, anticipating that the investment will yield profit. Make sense? Okay. So that's the capacity to produce. So you can think of that as like the business climate. And this is actually one of the biggest problems with capitalism as a system. That is that the entire economic health of the society depends on the decisions of a small number of people who decide whether or not they're going to invest their money based on whether they believe it's profitable to invest, regardless of whether there are many people who want to work, regardless of whether there are plenty of resources, and regardless of what needs the society has. There is only going to be investment if a capitalist perceives that the conditions are right for profitable return on that investment. So you have to, in a capitalist society, have a capacity to produce. But you also have to have, and this is the second necessary condition, a capacity to consume. That is, what is produced has to be consumed. It has to be sold. Somebody has to buy it. Profit has to be realized. Okay? So capitalists could have conditions which are highly profitable in the sense that you can produce things at a very low cost. But you don't realize the profit embedded in those things you produce until you actually exchange those commodities for money, right? That is, you sell it to somebody who has money, who buys it. So you have to have a capacity to produce and a capacity to consume. This is a fundamental contradiction of capitalism, because in order to have a capacity to produce, to encourage investment, wages should probably be relatively encourage investment. To encourage investment, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, but in order to satisfy the capacity to consume, wages need to be high, right? So, from the perspective of the capitalist, the ideal situation would be that my workers are paid nothing, and everyone else's workers are paid a lot. Does that make sense? Right? Sure. So I produce cheaply, knowing that there is somebody who has money, workers who have money, that are working for these other capitalists who pay more money. They will be able to buy the goods that I produce cheaply. Okay? So this is the fundamental contradiction in capitalism. Capitalists want wages to be as low as possible. On the one hand, that encourages investment. On the other hand, to sell the goods that are produced, somebody has to have the money to spend. And that's a capacity to consume. So these things are working sometimes at cross purposes.